Princess Leonor's shocking engagement interview. The palace. The crown. The silence of centuries. But then, her voice broke it. Not duty. Not politics. Love. Unexpected. Bold. Shocking. Because in one interview, Princess Leonor of Spain revealed more than anyone ever imagined. How did it happen? What did she say? And why did her words leave Spain, and the world, speechless? Let's begin. Princess Leonor, heir to the Spanish throne, was never supposed to speak so openly. Every word of hers is weighed, polished, rehearsed. The future queen is expected to embody duty, not emotion. Yet when she sat down for what seemed like a carefully controlled engagement interview, the walls of tradition cracked. The interviewer began politely. Questions about her training in the Air Force, her studies, her future as queen. Leonor answered with her usual composure. Calm, regal. But then the question came. The one no one expected. Your Highness, could you tell us how he proposed? Silence. A pause. Cameras rolling. Advisors shifting nervously behind the scenes. For a moment, it seemed Leonor might avoid the subject, might smile and brush it aside. But instead, she laughed. A soft, genuine laugh that no protocol could hide. And then she began to speak. She told the world that the proposal was not grand, not rehearsed. It was quiet, personal. On a night when the stars hung low over Madrid, when duty seemed far away, and only two young people remained, herself and Prince Christian of Denmark. Yes, she confirmed it. The man she loved. The man who asked her to share a life between crowns. The audience gasped. The Spanish press froze. The palace, watching, realized in that moment that the future queen had just broken centuries of silence. She had chosen to reveal her heart. But the shock did not end there. Because Leonor went further. She spoke of how Christian knelt, not with a royal ring of state, not with family jewels, but with something entirely different. A simple band, meaningful not for its price, but for its promise. He told her, I want you, not the crown, not the title. You. And Leonor admitted to the world that in that moment, she cried. That she said yes not as a princess, but as a woman. This confession sent Spain into a storm. How could the heir to the throne speak so openly about love? About vulnerability. About choosing with her heart, not her crown. Yet this was only the beginning of the revelations. The interviewer, sensing history unfolding, pressed further. Your Highness, what did your parents say when they found out? Leonor smiled, but her eyes betrayed emotion. She said it was not easy. Queen Letizia, her mother, was deeply protective. King Felipe, her father, cautious, worried about alliances, politics, the weight of history. When they first learned of the engagement, they hesitated. Spain has always guarded its monarchy carefully. But then Leonor shared something stunning. She revealed that her father, King Felipe, once pulled her aside and told her quietly, if you were to reign, let it be with someone who sees you, not just the crown. That is your greatest strength. This moment of father to daughter, king to heir, shook the audience. It was not political strategy. It was love. A father recognizing his daughter's choice. But Queen Letizia, Leonor admitted her mother wept. Not out of disapproval, but out of fear. Fear of what her daughter would face. Fear that the world would not allow a young queen to love freely. And yet, Leonor revealed, her mother later embraced Christian and said to him, protect her, not as a queen, but as my daughter. The world watching this interview saw something they had never seen before. A royal family stripped of ceremony. A daughter, a father, a mother, and a future husband, all tied together by something far older and stronger than monarchy, love. The interviewer then asked the question every Spaniard wanted to know. Will Christian become King of Spain by your side? This was delicate. This was political dynamite. Every monarch knows that crowns cannot be shared so easily. But Leonor did not flinch. She explained carefully, thoughtfully, that Christian does not seek her throne. He seeks her partnership. He would support her reign as consort, as her equal in life but not in title. And she said the most shocking words of all, I will be queen. He will be my husband. But together, we will serve, not rule over, the people. The boldness of this statement echoed across Europe. Never had a Spanish heir spoken with such openness. Critics claimed she was reckless, too modern, too emotional. Supporters called her the future, the queen who would bring humanity back to the crown. But Leonor was not done. She spoke of Christian directly. How he had supported her through military training. How he had written letters when the press grew cruel. How he reminded her she was not alone. "He is my calm in storms," she said. "My anchor in duty. My friend before anything else." This line, replayed on television, became the phrase that defined the interview. My friend before anything else. And in those words, millions recognized their own longing, not for palaces, not for crowns, but for a love that anchors. As the interview unfolded, Leonor revealed the challenges still ahead. She admitted that not all within the Spanish court approve. That whispers of tradition still threaten her joy. That some fear her choice will weaken the monarchy. But she countered with a vision. She said, "A monarchy without love is only ceremony. A monarchy with love is strength." This was not just a confession. It was a declaration. By the end of the interview, the atmosphere had shifted. The interviewer, visibly moved, asked her one last question. "If history remembers this moment, what do you hope it remembers?" Leonor paused. And then, with the poise of a queen and the heart of a woman, she answered, that even in crowns, even in duty, even in history, love has the final word. The cameras cut. The interview ended. But the echoes remain. Across Spain, Denmark, and the world, people whispered of what they had just witnessed. Not a princess, not an heir, but a young woman daring to speak the truth of her heart. And that is why the engagement interview of Princess Leonor shocked the world. It was not the confirmation of a union. It was the unveiling of a soul. For centuries, royals have been guarded, scripted, unreachable. But in one evening, Leonor shattered that wall and gave the world something rare, something real. Not just a future queen. Not just a royal bride. But a woman in love. And that love, stronger than duty, stronger than tradition, may very well be the crown that defines her reign.